YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new around here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We do tons of lighting videos, tons of sound videos, DJ gig logs, all of it. In today's video, I'm going to be unboxing this Betopper CLB260. They just sent me, it looks like 2 of them. I hope it's 2 of them. I mean, free lights are free lights, so I can't complain, but they sent 2. Is the job well done? That's smart. Because now I can take these 2 lights out, I can bring them to gigs, we can test them, we can get good footage, and we can actually see what they look like out in the field. So, let's see here. It looks like it's a full power compact beam. It's got DMX, sound, and auto mode on it is what it says. It was kind of a heavier box though, because I know with the LM0740, that was a really light, budget-friendly light. This one's kind of heavy. So I wonder what the price point on this is going to be. Moving head beam CLB260. It comes with a power con, a safety cable. That's it. That's good. I like that. I love this. I mean, I had to buy so many safety cables for my lights. Imagine if every light just came with a safety cable. Betopper, you might be onto something with that. Good job. Mounting bracket. Although, not the biggest fan of that mounting bracket, to be honest. They should have the ones that just have the easy clips. But I guess that's the type of stuff you give up when you're in the budget realm. This looks cool. The way they have it in here, it's actually like in position pointing right at you. That's kind of cool. Let's see. So, weight-wise, it feels light where you're holding it down bottom, but it feels like the part up here is like heavy, if that makes sense. I kind of like this though. So this is a little smaller than the both MH150s. I'll put them side by side for a little comparison, but that's nice. It's got like this texture paint on it. It's not like just straight matte or straight glossy, but it's like a plastic rough texture. I kind of like it though. It's smooth rough, if that makes absolutely no sense, I know. Smooth. Whoops. DMX in, DMX out, power con in, power con out. That's all I could ever ask for. That's all I could ever need. I love it. So I mean, off the rip, it's pretty light, but it feels sturdy. It feels much more well built than the LM0740, the other budget moving head we did a video on. That was the BI mover. This feels good though. This feels like quality stuff. You know, there's like some grip on these handles. This is cool. Let's see here. Can I? Oh, here we go. I got some lights back here. So, I mean, this is a super common fixture. This is the 19 by 15 wash mover. Tons of brands sell this light. But I mean, like size-wise, they're pretty similar. I mean, they're pretty similar though in size. Obviously, the beam mover is a little taller. The wash mover is a little wider, a little more bulky. But I mean, pretty average sized light for your entry-level moving head. Let's grab the other one. Might as well. Let's check this out. Just a quick little note on these videos. These lights do get sent to me by the companies. Also, a lot of other products have been getting sent to me. I've been getting wireless XLRs. I've been getting microphones. I've been getting a lot of stuff in the mail to review. So there's a lot of cool videos in the pipeline at the moment. Again, I'm not the biggest fan of this bracket. I think we can do a little better on the bracket, but bonus points for the safety cable. Although the safety cable is kind of like super thin. It almost feels like fishing line, but yeah, so the companies send us these lights in return of a video. Now, I don't ever make any promises to the companies on whether I'm, on the type of stuff I'm going to say. And I always let them know I'm going to be honest with my community. So if I don't like the light, I'm gonna let you guys know I don't like the light, or I'm just not gonna make a video on it. I'm not gonna plug a product I don't like. But with that said, Betopper's really not doing a bad job here with what they've got going on. Again, I don't know the price point of the light at the moment. In these videos, I'm always gonna be honest with everyone about what I think. My initial impressions of these lights are, I really like the paint. Like, I like the texture, I like how they feel. They look like a concert grade light. You know, they don't look like something that's super cheap or super affordable. You know, this almost looks like it belongs at a concert. Obviously, they still have some ways to go. It is an entry-level light or budget-friendly light, but for a budget-friendly light, this thing almost looks like it should be at a concert or on the side stage somewhere. Like, this is a solid mover right here. And I haven't even turned it on, but I can just tell from the build quality. I see vents, you know, both on the bottom unit and on the motor head, or on the heads. So let's plug them in and let's see what they look like. Safety instructions, technical specs, photometric diagram, control panel overview, effects wheel and lamp. So it looks like it's got a color wheel, a static gobo wheel, an Osram Sirius High-Ri 251 watt, I think. Maybe that's the lamp. Yeah. It's got 100 sound sensitivity options. All right, yeah, I mean, seems like your basic mover. Doesn't really actually tell me many specs. Maybe I'm bugging. Looks like after 300 hours of use, you'll want to get the lamp serviced, it says. Tells you how to replace the lamp, all that fun stuff. But let's see if I can get some color going on in here. Let's navigate the menu. Here we go. Okay, so the left button is your back button. That'll bring you to your main menu. So it's got a run mode. So let's see run mode. So when I turned it on auto, the fan kind of kicked on high. And now it looks like the lamp's going to start heating up. I mean, the colors are kind of strong. It's not insanely bright. It doesn't seem like it's 260 watts bright. I'll tell you that much right now. But it still could be heating up. Let me see what I can do on manual. Manual control. Let's go to dimmer. And the one thing that's a little frustrating is that the enter button actually doesn't enter it unless you're on the final setting, but you got to use the right button to get into that. It's a little weird. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. So we'll put the dimmer all the way up, and that should be 255. Yep. Every effect on any light has 255. You could call it settings, and each one going higher up is more intense of a setting. So we'll lock that in. We'll pick a color. If I keep that on 255, that keeps the strobe open the whole time. So I'll hit enter on that. This is a really loud light. And we'll tilt that up a little bit. Okay. That beam looks pretty strong, honestly, especially now that we got some haze in here. Let's scroll through the colors. So I'm going to go back down to 0 really quick. 0 through... God, that goes so fast. Once you start holding it down, it just starts going wicked fast. So 0 through 10 is white. I'm assuming 11 through 20 is red. Oh. 11 through 15 is red. 16 through 20 is green. Then blue. Then yellow. Orange looks really good. I really like that orange. That's a really nice deep UV purple. Cyan. What is this color even called? This is like a green, but like, I don't even know. That's a good one. A little like bluish white, cyan white. A warm white, love that. That's really good for spotlighting like a singer or guitarist, or to really get that, you know, authentic skin tone look. This is also a good temperature of white. That's a really true white color. That's a really true version of white. And then it looks like we start having some different levels of our split colors. Ooh, that's like 3 colors in one. That's really sick. So one thing I want you guys to like be able to see this. This is a really, really cool looking effect. Let's keep going. There's green. And then as I'm pressing up, you see how the color kind of comes into the light? Blue and yellow. Such a great color combo. Yellow and orange. Oh, I really like these. I like how that works. This color wheel is a lot cooler than some of the other color wheels that I've seen on moving heads of even more expense. So I'm just gonna bring it to like a solid color for a second. I really don't love the menu though. Like as I'm scrolling through, if I want to click on an effect, I want to click OK. But in order for me to click on an effect, I have to click the right arrow. If I want to go back, it's the left arrow. It's a little confusing and a little annoying, but I'll deal with it. Because I mean, I'm always going to be running it on DMX, so it doesn't really matter for me. But we'll keep that white on for a second. And then we'll go check out some gobos. Let's see what gobos are in here. This is the regular beam. This is the more narrow beam. That's the most narrow beam. Oh, nope. Forgive me. This is the most narrow beam. And then we start to get into some of our gobos. So I'll actually keep scrolling. Let me actually find... You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to set this over on the wall. It's just going to take me a second doing it manually. Oh, no. And then if I do some pan, okay, cool. We'll put it over there for now. So that way you guys can kind of see more so what it looks like. There we are. Okay. And then let's go back to our gobos. Got a diamond, triangle looking thing. Let me see if there's a zoom. There is not a zoom. But we do have a prism. Let's finish going through the gobos. A nice narrow oval. Another one. Big wide circle. Ooh. That's within the move. That's within the head. There's no movement going on the motor right now. So that's cool that I can do that. It's like a little scanning effect without any of the movements. Oh, that's really cool. That is really cool. These are under the gobo selections, so it looks like they're kind of breaking some... Oh, that looks like a 3D. Oh, that's really cool. That makes where it hits on the wall almost look 3D as you go from side to side. That looks really cool. And again, it's going to be much more prevalent in bigger spaces. Right now, I'm about 10 feet away from the wall. You know, I'm wicked close. Let me back this up. Hair, but... That's pretty cool. All right, let's keep this going. Let's go to the prism. Let's see what the prisms look like. Or actually, I still have a couple gobos. Sorry, I keep getting so distracted. These are really cool. Oh my gosh, yeah, see, you can really tell the 3D effect of it there. Because it's like, it must be rotating something inside the mover. So these are pretty cool. All right. Let's get back. That's the rotation. Wicked fast. I'm gonna have a seizure. Alright. So let's do the circle and let's go to prisms. So once you get up to 11, that's when the prism kicks in. And once you get up to... Once you get up to about 100, I think. Okay, once you get to like the 130s, the 140s, it starts to do a really slow gobo rotation. And I'll say immediately, I love how smooth it is. In some movers, you get like this click, 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 click when you get to the really slow speeds. And I really like that this is not like that. And then as you're looking at the beams right here, you can actually start to see the differential between them, which is pretty cool. And I'm sure in bigger spaces you'll be able to see it much better. Really, really cool. And let's check out the frost effect. It's got a frost effect. Frost normally makes things look more like a... Yeah, see? That's sick. So at 100... Looks like maybe 150. 130. 127 is where it leaves it. And then if you go to 128... it disappears, but you can still see the light in the air. And that's the frost look. It kind of, instead of making dark, defined edges, it more turns it into a wash. So frost effect really helps give you that wash look. And that's really awesome. That looks incredible. So let's put that wash back on. And that's pretty much all the manual functions of the light. I could change the gobos while the prism is on and show you what all those prisms look like. But then you'd have no reason to get the light for yourself and check it out. So for now, that's what I'm going to leave you with. It's a pretty sick light. I will not lie. Let's, yeah. So, back this up. All right, so after going through all the manual settings, I will say I'm pretty impressed with this. It's got limited functionality, but in the broad scheme of things, for the price point of this, for the type of light it is, for the consumer that's going to be getting this light, it actually has a lot more capabilities than most lights in its price point. The only thing I don't love about it is just the noise, you know? It's pumping out a lot of heat right now. It feels really hot to the touch. But, you know, any light that you're going to use is going to have a fan on it. And again, when you're using these lights, they're normally paired with loud music, so you can't hear. So it shouldn't be that big of a drawback for me. But now that I'm feeling this light, it does feel pretty powerful. Probably up there in the 200 watt range. But all in all, somewhat impressed. I mean, I'm extremely impressed for where this light sits and the functions that it has. Again, just the power con in, power con out, DMX in, DMX out. It sounds so simple, but if you don't have those two things, it makes it really tough to use in an actual light show build. You know, if you're just doing DJ stuff and you want to just set your lights on auto, you can do that with these, but you can also take your shows to the next level and kind of grow into who you are as a lighting designer and the type of service that you provide for your clients. So I will say, after I just got done, I was about to walk out of the garage and go edit this video. I just noticed there's no power switch. A power switch would make me have almost zero complaints about that. I mean, besides the fan, which is a stupid complaint, but like if there was a power switch on this, I'd have almost zero complaints. So power switch is a negative, and then the menu navigation is a little tricky, and the fan. But other than that, I'm a big fan of just about everything regarding this light. I want to scroll through these gobos and just kind of show you guys what they all look like. So gobo, let's see how many gobos we have. So we got big circles, medium circles, small circles, even smaller circles. That looks really cool. That looks really, really cool, because if you had these up high, you could get your couple in the middle of them. That looks really, really cool. I'm a big fan of this. I love how they made different size circles. And if you look at it there, that's what it looks like. It's very interesting. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep scrolling. Let's keep scrolling. Gobo. So it's got like some plus signs, some spread out dots, some spread out squigglies, some throwing star looking things, some origami looking things, some cooler throwing stars, some fortune cookies, another symbol that I'm not sure what that is. I like the dashes, those are cool. And then they flip them, bigger circles with kind of a brighter middle, almost looks like marbles. And then this is what it looks like, those other effects. It starts to like move them back and forth, and then I'm sure it'll do that with all the different gobos that there are. So that is the light, people. Kind of cool, gotta say. For the price, for the size, for the weight, I am a fan. Check the link in the description if you do want to grab one of these. I am an affiliate, so if you do buy them, they do break me off a, I think it's like 5%, 6%, something like that. I hope. I don't even know if I actually have an affiliate link from Betopper yet, but I know I do with a bunch of other companies. But yeah, if you're a company, you want to send us some of your products, if you want us to make a video on your product and plug it to our channel and show people the features and what it's capable of, hit me at wyatt@empirestateevents.com. I mean, let me know, what do you guys think? Have Betoppers kind of come out of left field? They kind of came out of nowhere, and they're making some decent lights, honestly. So what do you guys think? Are you guys fans of Betopper? What do you think of their lights? Have you looked into any? What lights are you guys rocking right now? Let me know down in the comments, and let's keep the discussion going.